In this second part of the video, we will track the Mount Paris race from the dam to the mine, high up on Mount Terra, near Ringarooma. What diameter do you reckon that is?
Well, it could be 18 inches.
Yeah.
No bigger than 20.
Oh, well, this is it. Maybe. Well, this is maybe where the piping came out.
Yeah.
That led to the race.
So it's not massive. I don't think that's 2 foot. It could be 22 inches or something.
Right.
But it could be 2 foot. It could be any bigger.
Taken in 1968, was taken, we think, from about this location, but this was actually a channel.
Yeah, something different.
It's been filled in.
Yeah.
I don't think it could have been anywhere else.
No progress on that.
No. This is the actual race.
There would have been most likely some fluming here, and so that's the start of the earth wall.
Oh well. Oh right.
Tell. Oh, it might be concrete, Jeff.
Oh, it could be.
It must be concrete.
Yeah. So this runs basically round to the Mount Paris mine.
Yes.
Eventually.
Yeah.
11 kilometres was it, or 11 miles?
It was it? I didn't know.
11 something.
Yeah.
It's fairly substantial, there's no doubt.
So
this is pipe here and...
Like I'm sort of the race inspector.
yeah. Yeah, the race inspector. I tell you what, you haven't been clearing it out very well.
No, I need to lift my game a bit. Right. Quite an interesting little section there.
Yeah. Still quite well preserved, isn't it?
Yeah, yeah. And a lot of it through some of the plantation is.
Yeah.
So they obviously deliberately made a point of doing that.
So we're at the intersection of the Bells Plain Road, and we're looking for where the fluming for the water race, the Mount Paris water race, ran across. This is a wooden pipeline which came across this valley from one side to the other. So we're going to look to see if there's any signs of any timber. The pipe's gone, but there are bits and pieces apparently.
And we're in the middle of a forestry plantation.
So this is the intersection over here. Yeah, well, I just looked at the photograph and then figured out if we walked along the edge of this road some distance in, we must come across it. But whether there's any sign of it is another thing. What are we actually looking at? You said there were iron bands or something?
Probably not a full band, just bits and pieces
Because really, there's not much point in going at right angles to the road unless you're in the right place. Yeah. We'd be better off to walk that way, or this way, because then we've got to cross the line, don't we?
Yes.
Because it actually runs at right angles to the road.
So probably this way. So that tree was standing on that stump. That must be the stump the tree came off.
Oh. That's not one of the really old insulators either, is it? That's a kind of a newer version.
Yeah.
But still, it is an insulator.
It is, and there's no other reason for it to be out here, really. Can we record a spot where that insulator is to see if it's actually in line? Is that something we can do?
Yeah.
Or even here, sort of close enough.
Yep. So the fluming only went to...
Yeah, mine only went another 100 metres or so.
And it went down the hill.
And then it went into the...
So the water's actually running this way, isn't it?
running that way, yeah. So that's actually downhill,
Yeah.
which is always hard to define. Yeah. So coming up the siphon there into this race, yeah.
Walking down the Mount Paris race towards the mine. Yep, there it is again.
There it is, yeah, you can just see it there. The same down on the logs, but
Yep, you can see it though.
and it's just more of the same.
There's a bit of timber work here.
I thought I saw some timber here.
Just there, look.
Not as good as looking through the natural forest, of course.
So this is Brewer's Road, which goes to the top of Mount Terra, which is basically Mount Paris, and we're about there on the map. And there, and the water race runs down the side of the road, and it actually crosses the road in a couple of places, but we won't be able to drive down. I'm in the race.
You're in the race. The race is on.
There we are.
Stone lining there, Roger.
Yep. Walking along the Mount Paris race. And that's the way the water's flowing, down that way. We now search for the race further along Brewer's Road.
It looks like it goes a long way. Right, here we are.
Ah, yes. Definitely.
So that's the shore.
So this is basically the end of the Mount Paris race before it enters the actual mine itself.
Yeah, it is now because
Yeah.
of the road, yeah.
Unfortunately, the race from here on has been covered over by the road. But this is quite clearly the Mount Paris race. All the way from the Mount Paris down. Pardon?
Oh yeah,
Mount Paris
that's
is
interesting.
just there.
Yeah. So we reckon this is Mount Terra.
Yep.
Oh, look, there's a tree there.
Yeah. Leaving the end of the race, we climb steeply up Mount Terra to reach the top of the Mount Paris mine open cut.
That is a beauty, that one.
Plenty of quartz, that's for sure.
Plenty of quartz, but not enough gold. So I think this track is the one that I've walked down and it's had those what I call forestry grips in it
Yep.
to divert the water. I think it's probably most likely this one.
Which one's your one? Big one or little one?
Industrial size. We'll have to all share it.
Hey? What?
Once you wait, just see the glint of his sun.
Oh, right at the top.
Yeah, that black bit. Just give them a couple of minutes, especially if they know you're there. They don't feel threatened, they'll make themselves scarce. He looks like he's just dozing.
Has he got his head up on the top of himself?
Yeah, but he looks like he's just leaning against that little plant. Yeah. Sometimes, like I say, if you wait 5 minutes, they'll remove themselves, but only if they know you're here.
Change cameras.
So we might be able to go around him, Jeff. We'll go around this side. Yeah, this is a better spot anyway. For what? I just in the room about.
That's Ringarooma over there,
Yeah,
isn't it?
definitely is.
Yeah. Turning, coming back. Here he comes. With his eye on us. Thinks there's a good bit of tucker there. Oh, that's a great sight, that is. So, I think that's the workings there below us.
On the map, the face furthest that way is the one that's got the tunnel in it.
Right.
So maybe we're on the right, we're on this side of it, not that side of it.
Way. Yeah, well I can't say that's not right.
Is there can we go down here and then come back up again, rather than going across it? What's it like going across the side? It's pretty hard, isn't it?
Some spots is easy, but some spots is really hard.
There were a few of these shown on the map.
These
cross bits, yeah. They're obviously looking for whatever.
Yeah, I don't know. It's all a bit confusing. And I'll stay up and watch now.
You can't get down here.
Pardon?
You can't get down here
Right, well I'll just have a quick look through here, Roger.
vertical.
Right, well.
Well, we're deep in the heart of the Mount Paris mine. We're not quite sure where we are, but we're here. Well, those are the they're those other tracks, aren't they?
That's the last time we're here.
So we're not that far, actually, from.
No, we've been heading west.
Yeah. So that's where
we followed the track.
So that's probably where we're heading.
We followed that track last time.
Yeah. So where that dot is. So
the dot there.
Yeah.
Yeah, that looks like it. Well, it may not have.
Yeah, a bit steep. You need a winch to come down here, wouldn't you?
Yeah. So, and it could have extended more. It might have, you know.
One tunnel. Right. Well, Looks like we've got the lights out, don't we?
Get the big torches out.
Wind's got up a bit.
Yeah, bloody hell. So everyone's got their will made out, have they? They may not come back.
What?
They may not come back from this. They've got a will made out. Down the fisheries and that sort of thing. What cool.
Bit of a collapse here.
Tunnel off to the right.
That's the shaft, is it? There might be two of them then, or that might be it.
This one curves to the right.
Alright.
Oh,
Yeah, there's a wooden tramway here.
Oh yeah, that's right. Forgot about that. Yep. So that's it there. It's quite softish sort of stone, I guess. Certainly not hard bloody granite.
oh, here's a vertical drop.
Oh, that's the big one then. Be careful. You don't want anyone dead.
I don't know how far down it goes.
Yeah. I think this is the one that goes to the surface. Going well back there.
And it goes both ways.
Yeah, I think it's the one that goes to the top.
Right.
Quite an interesting little complex.
Oh, goes off to the left here.
Maybe it's not.
What's that? Do you reckon that's blue paint on there? Yeah. See, look.
The blue on it. Yeah, oh yeah, you can see it there. Well, that doesn't. Probably just a collapse there. Oh yeah, you can see the drill
Yeah.
markings there. Yeah, I've just got an idea there's something that rubbish like that, but I don't know.
It's a nice, neat little.
Yes, it is. Yeah. Yeah, they put a lot of work into it. You can see the. Oh yeah, that's quite soft through there. Look, yeah. Yeah, they showed certainly interested in that.
And then they went across it followed it on this side too, look.
Yeah. Yeah.
Pardon?
Right, yep. I think that's the end of it. I can't remember.
Pardon?
You can see a wall at the end.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the little side one is still worth investigating. I think another one even branches off that from memory. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
That's right, there's a collapse. Pardon me. Yep, there's something there. Every now and then a bit of really hard stone, but a lot of it wasn't.
A lot of glittery.
Yeah. Yeah, they followed that seam there. Yeah, just enough to keep their interest here.
Yeah, quite. I read once that the Nugget mine, a 200 weight tin nugget was sent to Melbourne from the Nugget mine.
Oh right.
So
That's a big nugget. And he just left his mark behind. LR, ESG, like speaking in code. Oh, your video too, Roger?
Yeah. I've got photos coming in on video going out.
Oh,
Slightly very stable.
right. Oh, that's a dead end. That looks like it goes on. That one, this one just stops.
all right.
That one goes on. There was an old timber box down here, I remember. It might still be here. not what it was. There's some on the ground there.
Pardon?
There's some old tins and remnants. Some little tunnelling. I thought there was an old box in there.
Oh yeah.
What's in there?
Just a couple of metal fittings or some kind.
Some little tin box and some.
I'll go in after you.
Some use.
Oh, they're detonator boxes.
Ah, that's what. Yeah, that would make sense. Keep away from there, I think. It definitely drops off there to a shaft.
Yeah.
Oh, there's one of them spiders. I was thinking I haven't seen any. I remember seeing a lot of them last time.
Ah, there's beauty, that one.
He's a bloody beauty. God.
No bats.
Troglodytes or something they're called. Something troglodytes. Don't upset him, he'll bloody get angry. There's another one here, so there is a couple, yeah.
They tend to be closer to the... Whoops. I touched his web. I mean, wrecked his web.
Oh.
Bugger. Sorry, mate. I didn't notice. The light down a bit. Look. Yeah, that's it. So I can get... Yeah. Good.
Ooh.
That is brilliant. That is so tall.
Oh, bloody oath. Right in.
Yep. Yes.
Very deep water.
I'm glad we didn't. I'm glad we didn't stagger across that in the dark
Yeah,
night.
yeah. I didn't know that was there. And it's a beautiful area. It's really nice.
Well, you see, how would they get here to dig that? There must have been some way access.
Yeah. So this isn't the whole. Oh well, this could be the whole lot. It may not be super deep. And
Yeah.
this could be the whole full spoil. We
Yeah.
don't really know. So I wouldn't think this is connected with that big tunnel we
No,
went down.
no, we're too far off.
Oh, it is. Well, that's another bonus to know. That's a really nice one.
Oh, don't trip. I haven't got any rope to pull you out.
You'd have to leave him there. Right.
As you say, you can come back here a few times, and as long as you find something different each time.
Yeah, exactly. So that is a really nice one, that one.
Question is, which is the quickest way of getting?
Well, I probably tend to think we can just go there
Yeah.
and just come
Yeah.
out of it.
Yep.
Yeah.
We are now going to explore a lower section of the mine, including where the mine manager's house was built in 1937.
So this is most likely that road that was on the tablet.
After climbing up from the old Ruby Flats road, we found a row of cypress trees that once formed a hedge at the mine manager's house.
Yeah,
This looks like they found some structure here, doesn't it?
yeah, it's definitely over the front of the building.
Yeah.
That had here.
Mr. John Proud, a consulting engineer, moved here in
And
1937
you can see there's
to closely supervise the mining operation, including the digging of extra tunnels.
some bricks, old bricks here. Another large area.
He was later involved in the riddle of the Stimson plane crash in Queensland.
Various things.
No chimney.
That's something I recognise. White pipe.
We searched for the old road to the mine, and soon were walking down an easy grade to the lower mine workings. Going up there.
Right. Yep.
But, I don't know.
Yeah, that could easily have done that. So they still might have had a smaller track this way. Never thought of that. So you can see, take a spoil out of here, and there's a tunnel in there.
Oh,
I think
right.
I've seen bats coming out of that one.
So this is,
So it might not be anything to do with Mount Paris.
an old tunnel in the lower section was briefly explored. This tunnel was marked on the maps. Hey, fire your flash on your camera then. as well. Just shine it up on the...
Yeah, I've got to see where I'm walking.
Yeah, you can do two things at once, Roger. At each stage of the mining, from the 1890s to the 1930s, tunnels were dug to locate the tin-bearing loads. Cobweb. Nice neat little tunnel though.
Look at it.
Yeah, this is a good height.
Yeah. Is that the widest it can go?
That's wide.
Yeah, that's good, that's better. Yeah. Oh well, we better get to work, fellas.
Yeah.
Did you bring the pickaxe?
No. Them top tunnels now. Well, it'd be good to have a bit stronger one.
Yeah, we'll do that. We'll go to the water race thing next, I think. Continuing down the track, we came to the lower end of the open cut section of the mine.
Perkins here.
Yeah,
Right, so...
because this
just-
see, that's marked on the map.
Oh, right, yeah.
So,
just,
you know, the quarry symbol, it goes right up here.
yeah. So just before we leave here, down below, you'd have to go down, it's only a little bit, but that's where they must have had their, what they call their streaming boxes.
Yeah,
When you go just down and straight on,
yeah.
maybe 20 yards or something, there's some flat benches where they must have had timber set up,
All right.
process the tin,
Yep.
that type of thing.
I wonder where they had that equipment that's shown, that tall structure with the
Yeah.
great... At the end of the track, we searched downhill, as this is where the processing plant was located.
That's probably what I'm remembering.
Another set of wheels here. They're quite solid, aren't they?
Yeah.
There's a little stone wall just where you are there, and another bench there. So we don't know, that still could be the earlier workings.
Yeah.
Can't rule that out. But they had some structure.
Still over
here.
there.
Yeah, there's some sort of, we'll go
Bit-
out that way.
Bit of pipe there. Bit
Oh,
of
steel, yeah.
steel.
Sorry, yeah, we'll go out, there's a bit of a road there. Yeah, so quite a long bolt and above it,
Yeah, well, they,
just to build up the embankment.
hard to say. Truck tyre, you reckon?
If you had an old truck, you'd be able to use that. So we'll just go down a bit further.
I think it's pretty tough one there where you hit your lift.
So it's a series of steps.
Yeah. Yeah, terraces. This is well built up here. This is quite impressive. And it's most likely it's the lowest one. So it's just dropped off down. It's just sort of, this is actually the most impressive of the lot. Oh, they must have a stamper here, Jeff. Did they have a battery here?
Yeah, I think so. That's what that photograph is.
Right, because I just found one of the stamper heads.
Eh?
One of the stamper heads is there.
Have you got it in there, have you?
It's just down here. I'm just having a quick look through here. So that, yeah.
Oh. So do you reckon the pipes run into?
Well,
Oh,
they
yeah.
seem to be laying in it, a bit higher than the base, above it. Been there a long time.
Oh yeah. Some kind of hopper.
Yeah. It's only got a, is there a hole there? It doesn't even look like there's actually an outlet there. Yeah, there's a circular collar there.
Oh yeah.
Well, that's for water. It's only, 6 inches, no more.
That's a fair construction.
It is. And only a small outlet. So a lot of it's water coming through. The creek sort of flows out of those tunnels. And we'll have a look there.
Hmm.
Very interesting. Right off in here.
So that must have come from somewhere.
So this it still could be that tunnel that we've seen. So this looks familiar. I think we saw this when we were leaving the site the other week.
You think so?
I think we come down there.
Really? Is it a tunnel?
Yeah, it's definitely a tunnel. It most likely is the one we saw the other day. So this rock's been shifted. So they look like they've been recently put there. It's probably been us. Those rocks are new. So that's probably us. And that's the tunnel. I've seen it marked on an old mineral chart. I've been here before, but all the times I've been in Mount Paris I haven't known about it until someone told me there was one here. So
Yeah. Bit hard to know, isn't it?
yeah, without a spotlight.
But as you say, there's a fair bit of dirt come out of it.
Yeah, that's right. So it could go, 100 metres or something. You can go further.
Now we climb back up to the start of the open cut mine and where the tail races were located.
A tail race?
To work out, yeah.
Yeah, on wide.
They wouldn't kind of dig it deep unless there was some sign of,
Yeah.
tin, would they?
Initially it would have been narrower,
Yeah.
and as they're working. So there's a shaft. Somewhere in here there's a little tunnel going in. So here's a bit of paraphernalia. It separates here, but it comes together again. It just goes around this knob, so they obviously didn't find anything in this knob.
Okay.
So they've left it, but these two paths sort of form up to a little wider working.
Okay.
Just on the other side of the knob. So there's a bit of a structure. That's an old something. think we might be better off trying to gain height once we leave this part.
How do you mean?
Like climb up as much as we can. So I just noticed there's just a bit of steel work here. But we know that, and it could be a lot easier going. Still got to get up there though.
Yeah.
There's no obvious path there, is there?
Is this nearly the end of the cutting, is it?
No, but this should start climbing and become part of that main bit eventually. No, I reckon we're only we're less than half. Might only be a third of the dinner.
Right.
So it's not necessarily a good way to come.
I want to get down and get that shot of that.
It's actually quite a nice and interesting little narrow cutting there, but it's not really beneficial to us.
Yeah. Some kind of a bucket or chute. In 1935, this is what we would have seen from this location. The open cut is on the left, and below it is the tail race that we are standing in. This 1934 photograph shows the summit of Mount Terra, where we had been earlier.
Hopefully it won't slip. Like a wombat.
That's about it. This is the wombat track.
Yeah, at least a couple, I guess. So that's the
God, it's fair.
the cutting that we came off. Looks like a fork.
There's an interesting line running there.
Yeah.
And they did talk about some kind of cap and a boundary between the two lots of rock.
Oh, wow. Well,
In the mining report, it actually shows it in a cross section.
yeah. So now, there's a lot of working through there. We just got to sort of feel our way. There's no obvious best way to go.
Yeah.
We go up here for the time being though. So I think that's the far embankment closest to the road that we walked in on,
Okay.
which is a bit, so that's where
We've actually gone round a bit of a curve, haven't we?
where we've come up the start. I took the left path for a little while.
Mark with a cross.
It's working now, Jeff?
Yeah, I don't know how long for, mind you.
Quite a narrow little ridge there. That could be an old little tramway where they tip soil off the end of it.
Yeah. Man, that's a rock face and a half, isn't it? Despite intensive tunnelling and new equipment, the mine failed and it was placed into liquidation, partly due to the low price of tin and low-grade tin deposits. Shareholders received 7.5 pence for each 5-shilling share. In June 1939, the Mount Paris tin mine with all its assets was sold to the Bryce's Consolidated NL for £5,000. This closed the mine, but the dam and the water race were still maintained.